Hey, hey,
Hey
hey.
guys,
Hey
what's
guys.
up? Y'all, we're gonna have a great show tonight. I'm
Oh,
just so
always.
excited. It is a balmy southern night. I got my little fan and everything. It's about to start raining. We're setting the mood. We've got a really wonderful guest who has created these types of moments that we
Hmm.
have watched over the decades within the paranormal. Things that have taught us how to ghost hunt, giving us a voice, watching other people tell their stories. She's one of my favorite people.
Yeah, she's awesome.
And
We've
she's
been looking
crazy.
forward to this for a while too. So,
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and she's
I haven't got
crazy.
to talk to her since we filmed last year.
oh
I
wow,
know.
she's
Hard to
busy.
believe that January was when all the Monster Quest episodes came out. And oh gosh, how exciting was that? And it seemed like afterwards it was like a door opening, and so many people that have had experiences started coming out of the woodwork.
Hmm.
And just so you know, there was a sighting. Hey, Rez, there's a
Hey,
sighting
Rez.
of a Bigfoot in South Carolina today. There was one in Spartanburg a couple of weeks ago, one up back in Newberry today.
Well,
Oh,
you know what we're getting a lot of here is
What?
bears. They've had
really?
like five reported. There was two in Wetumpka where I live. There was one in Montgomery yesterday that was at a school. And there was another one just north of us outside of Clanton. So
I
like
just love that.
bears are coming out of the woods,
Yep.
which we've never
As
They're
had
long as
no.
hot.
I'm not the appetizer, as long as I'm not the appetizer for the bear, I love them. I love a bear.
Yeah, I've never
You know
seen this
what?
many reports of bear. We had one lady hit a bear
Oh
over
no.
there
Oh,
in East Wetumpka out in the country, and then another one was spotted like yesterday. So they're like coming out of everywhere.
Hmm.
I've had a lot of people contact me about paranormal experiences recently within their home. I've heard people talking about and going open, openly talking on social media about seeing either UFO, aliens, Bigfoot, all types of cryptids. I mean, our world is really opening up.
Oh yeah,
And this lady, Laura Marini, has given all of us a voice, including us, the three of us.
Hmm.
yep. And one
What's
thing
going
before
on?
we go with Laura, y'all. The Department of War released the fourth batch of UFO files. If you haven't seen them, go look. They've
We'll,
got
we'll
some
be talking about
amazing
it
stuff in there.
tomorrow. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh,
Oh
We'll be
yeah.
talking a little bit about it tomorrow, along with some pretty scary paranormal stuff. We have someone coming on that has had experiences with an exorcism. So we've got big things this week for all access. First,
Hmm.
our star of the night, Laura Marini.
Let's bring her on.
There she is.
Hey.
hi,
Hey, Laura.
Laura.
Hi, I'm. Oh, great!
Welcome.
My picture keeps sticking for some reason.
Give it a
Okay,
few. The
don't worry about
StreamYard
it.
will work itself out. It always
Yeah.
does.
Okay, I'll play along.
There you
Yeah,
go.
StreamYard's like that. It has quirks, and sometimes you have to go out, come back in. Sometimes it'll catch up. For a long time, I couldn't hear any of Gwen's intros and music, so it's fixed
Hmm.
now,
Weird.
and I don't do
It
anything.
worked. It did it to me too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, welcome, welcome,
Thanks.
Yes.
welcome.
We've
Lovely to
been
It's
see
real
so
you.
good to.
excited.
Yes, we have.
Aw.
So I have been thinking so much about questions to ask, and I know that there's going to be a lot of people that are watching. They should have credits too, but it's not easy to kind of put your mind, around it all at first. Here you are. Let's see if we can, what was that question again? Um,
I'll ask anything you want. I'm open.
okay, okay. So the first thing that comes to mind is a haunting. A haunting set the scene for a lot of paranormal shows. And people like the Warrens and John Zaffis and the experts that you've worked with compared to people that were just everyday people trying to explain, like us, what the heck happened to us out here in the woods, and we've seen this thing. Um,
Mhm.
how was that getting started with a haunting? I mean, did you
Well,
have
I mean,
something right away?
I can't take any credit for that. That was Nicholas Valcour, who was the owner
Right.
of New Dominion and a gentleman named Tom Naughton, if I'm not mistaken. They came up with this concept of kind of the documentary feel of these interview bites with dramatic recreations, and I think it really launched the genre. They did The Haunting
I
in
know it did.
Connecticut, and I believe it then followed by Haunting in Georgia, and they were
Yeah.
kind of like made for TV movies. They did very well, and from that spun the interest in having the series.
I love it because I'm good friends with the people that were haunting in Georgia.
Oh,
My good friend Bill Bean was on a haunting
oh,
in his
we
house.
love Bill Bean.
house.
Yes,
It
yes.
was precious.
Yeah, that's funny because where they're at, the haunting in Georgia is like literally 45 minutes from me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was lovely. We actually had him on in the final season that we did in 2021. They aired in 2022. And he said it was one of his absolute favorite episodes of, because we actually had this wonderful local guy named Doug something that always played Bill. He looked like him and he was a really good actor. And so they would bring Doug Hopt, I think was his name. Anyway, Doug always played Bill. And it was a really good episode. It was called
It's a great episode.
Deliverance in Chicago, if I remember correctly. It was a nice Hispanic family that found that they bought this house that was horribly haunted. And one of their daughters was very gifted, I guess, and didn't know it. And it was drawing in the spirits. So, but anyway, so yeah, I can't take any credit, but we do every year, you know, I mean, whenever they would have a new showrunner, we would bring our own ideas to the table. And yeah, and I remember when I first came on board, I mean, I was already a fan of the show and I just loved it. And the network said, hey, you know, people are rewatching those episodes from the first few seasons a lot. So whatever magic they had, go back and try to find it. So yeah, I watched, and those episodes still hold up, like all of them do. They're just amazing stories. And
it's just funny to me how many people I actually know that have done episodes.
oh, really?
I know.
Norman Reed from Haunting in Connecticut, good friend of mine.
Okay.
I was at the premiere when they did the movie.
Oh, wow, marvelous. Carmen's lovely. I remember
I love Carmen. She's awesome. Her husband's really nice too.
How is he? We spoke because we had contemplated going to do kind of a retrospect, like going back to it 30 years later or something.
That would have been good.
That was wild. We actually wrote the whole pitch and the network was very interested in it. And then that was when, you know, in television kind of all hell broke loose a few years ago with all the mergers and the, you know, everything. And so everything was put on hold. Nothing was being greenlit. Everything was kind of like, let's wait this out. And so it didn't end up happening, but Carmen was lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of moving and shaking when it comes to, you know, getting things greenlit and telling stories.
Well,
the manner that you do.
If you think about it, in a sense, it opens up new possibilities for people. Whereas there used to be gatekeepers telling people all the time, nah, we're not going to give you a show. You could basically now say, I'm going to have my own show and make your own show and put it out there and see if anybody watches it, you know? And so where there are challenges, there are opportunities is all
yes, there are,
you know.
But I like the fact that you were able to, you know, understand the concept and jump on the bandwagon right away and adjust to it. You started on like season 11, right?
For A Haunting, I was the showrunner for season 11. Yes. And my friend Cecile Weiland Bouchardot was the showrunner for, quite a few seasons. And the interesting thing about A Haunting is it has such staying power. There were like 5 years between some seasons. And we would just come back and people would just watch it again. You know what I mean? It was just like people like, oh, I missed that show. Or whenever I go to a paranormal convention, people are always saying, are they going to make more?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's solid. And you know, the recreations are amazing. I mean, it really puts you in the moment. of what
Mhm.
happened, what it was like for the people telling the story.
Well, it's having a marvelous production community down in Virginia. And they're just like a big family, and everybody just knows what they're doing. So
Right on.
quite a joy to walk into that. Here's the Yankee coming down and boss lady taking over, and I'm sure they all sized me up, and I won them over by the end, but it wasn't just a given. It took a little bit of doing, but I guess they wouldn't have respected me if they hadn't put me through the paces. But
And
they
Deb
were
Lance is watching us tonight. Did you see? She said hello to you. I loved her episode.
Oh yeah, we know Deb too. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Sorry, Deb Lance. I don't know if you saw it there, Laura. She says, hello. I was on 2 episodes of A Haunting. Great crew to work with.
Yeah, they are lovely. I personally didn't work with Deb, but probably she was on an earlier season. And yes, I think that was one of the main things I just made sure to tell my staff was I want anyone who's on who gifts us or who gives us the gift of telling their story and trusts us with it. I want them to be happy that they made that decision. So, we try to keep everybody on board because, you're trying to tell somebody's really intricate story in 42 minutes. So some things things sometimes have to be, crunched down timeline wise, like say you had 2 seances, but really all we had to, I'm sorry, but we have to merge what happened in those 2 seances into 1 seance and then put everybody at that table. You know what I mean? But I always let the folks know in advance, hey, this is what we're thinking of doing. And it was always in service to the story because you're trying to get to so much, So there's the storytelling aspect and always trying to stay true to the story. Boy, I'm really my visual's still really sticking. I'm very sorry about that, folks. And I'm here in New York City. One would hope that our high-powered cable would be acting a little bit better.
Sometimes the heat. Now, Deb says she worked with Trisha.
Oh, Trisha Tuberty Dozier. She is the loveliest human being. She was one of the folks that would find the stories for many years. And then when I came on board, she actually was just leaving to go to do true crime. So, yeah.
You did too. You did some true crime. You're not just a normal lady.
Yep. We all.
So you did A Haunting.
Yep.
You did Fright Club. Club.
Yep.
Most Terrifying Places, and that is a really, really crazy show. Oh my gosh, it is terrifying, and The Unbelievable with Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love that guy. Yeah.
He's
I
lovely.
have a thing for William Shatner, so The Unexplained is my thing. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Girl's gonna pay her bills. If you're around long enough. But no, I love interviewing people. It's one of my favorite things. I really enjoyed interviewing all you guys, doing the pre-interviews that we use to help write our scripts, and then you end up meeting the crew that shoots the actual interviews. So
thank you for that, by the way. You made it very easy. It's like us sitting here doing this, so it was great.
Yeah, that's why I want to personally thank you too, because you guys went beyond and above out of your way. Because I had cancer last year and let me go film in Nashville. That helped me a lot, and I appreciate more than you'll ever know on that.
Well, we appreciate you, and I was sad to hear that you had it, but I'm happy to know that you're doing so well, and I was rooting for you the whole way.
He's getting there. He's getting better.
And I'm glad he didn't lose his beautiful locks, because
I know. What would we have done without those?
So
I still got my cough.
He lost a whole person in weight, though. I tell you, it was
wow.
Yeah. He did. We saw him for the first time in a long time, unfortunately, and it was like, where's the rest of Blaine? Half of you died. Just went away, and we were like, where did he go? Yeah.
I believe dogs didn't know him at first. They had to get close to him, and then they smelled him.
No, they were like,
oh, it's Uncle Blaine, but who is this guy?
Blaine, what did you think of our rendition of your gin?
I gotta say, y'all had that dead accurate of what I saw, and it was amazing to me. I was like watching it again, like, holy crap, that's what came through the damn wall at me.
Oh, it was
Y'all
great
did
to
one
watch.
for me. God.
We were all on a three-way phone call as each one of our episodes came on.
Yeah.
And we would call each other, if we weren't on the call through the whole thing, we would call each other on the break, you know.
Yep.
And Blaine was like, oh my God, that's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah. So funny.
Crazy. Like,
Yeah,
God,
that was
had to be
another lovely crew.
terrifying.
I mean, there's a lot of lovely people in production.
I love Jeff. Great guy.
Y'all did amazing.
Now, I can't remember what's the girl's name, the real sweet girl.
Oh, Hannah.
Yes,
Hannah.
Hannah. Hannah was awesome. Of course, I had Jared, but I think there was more than one Jared involved with all of us. But because I don't know, I can't remember his last name. Jared, don't kill me for that. I can't remember I don't remember last names. Don't kill me. But they were awesome.
Matica. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in there. I gotta tell you, I sat there and it didn't seem like I was in there like long at all, and it was a long time. So, but you know, I think it did good. I think it did really good, and they were great. They were, and Lee and I came in on very little sleep because we had flight issues.
Wow.
We did.
We did, and then we got sent to the wrong hotel.
Well, no, I was glad that you guys got to do that together. What a lovely little adventure to have.
It was.
But we left here in South Carolina, and it was like 100 plus. We get up there, and guess what? We forgot to take, and we get out, and we're like, "Where's that coming from?" And Lee,
the air conditioned outside the airport, and I'm thinking, I felt like a moron. I actually just said that. It's chilly here. Duh.
I was like, Lee, did you bring a jacket? And she said, no. Did you? And I was like, no, it's 100 degrees at home. Why would I pack a jacket?
Right.
Yeah. So we
So
had good
on a
stories.
little. Yeah, we got matching jackets out of it. So
Oh, that's nice. And whenever you wear it, I remember it was a very hot summer when I went to a friend of mine was a British cameraman, and he said, you know, I'm visiting family. Why don't you come and join me? We'll go to Wales because I know you've always wanted to go. And so, of course, packing like that in like 90-degree heat, I did not pack a jacket. And Wales is typically chilly, and the rain, like one raindrop would fill your palm. I mean, they were just like massive raindrops. I ended up having to go buy a coat because I was just like, it didn't even occur to me that I would need anything. So I totally know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What I thought was cool, Laura,
But
is like every time we turned it on Monster Quest, there would be myself, Lee, or Gwen. I know I counted my episode showed probably like 29, 30 times.
I don't doubt it.
I mean, you're a rock star. Thank you.
Yeah.
I still have people say, hey, I finally saw it, because for a minute there, it was being weird getting on and everything. But now, yeah, and I still have people say, you guys all did so good. And I forget to tell these sometimes because we talk all the time. But yeah, everybody loves them.
Oh,
Not
good.
just our episodes,
Everybody.
but of course, yeah,
Yeah.
because
All of
they
them.
know us. So.
I tell you, Laura,
You know,
what I really loved is my granddaughter in California made all her friends watch my episode, Lee's episode, and Gwen's episode.
Funny.
All her friends. She said, my grandfather's a rock star. He's a
Oh, yeah,
TV.
adorable. We were
Oh,
like,
the sweetest thing.
when we first got the AI, I was like, why is Blaine wearing a helmet? He's loading airplanes.
That cracked me up to everybody that I know that worked with me.
Yeah.
What do you got that bucket on your head for?
Yeah, dude. I fought to have it redone, but they were just up against the clock. So, because I mean, I'm sure when I ordered it, it didn't say, you know, I think supposed to have you in a t-shirt because we sent them the pictures of you, you know, but anyway, it was just funny. But those guys were working. So the AI guys were just working around the clock. I mean, they were just.
Well, I like the recreated actor you gave me for your show. Now, the first show I did was called Mission Unexplained.
Yeah.
And they got some guy that didn't look nothing like me.
Oh.
He had a beard. I'm like, this guy's a military guy. Why's he got a beard on?
Oh. For your interview, you probably maybe had a scruffy beard or a face or something.
I did, but I didn't in Iraq. I didn't.
I know that's what I always tell people the same thing. It's like that, you know, he's talking about 20 years ago or 30 years ago or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, you got to age people backwards. It's so funny from doing like a haunting when we would cast people. And of course, you always try to find people who are even more attractive, but it's just, yeah, it's funny because if you have somebody that is being interviewed now, but we're talking about them when they're 20 and they're 50 now. Like sometimes casting would send us people who were looking more like them now. And I'm like, no, you need to find somebody who just like, there's some sort of resemblance. It doesn't have to look exactly, just has to feel like that person.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway.
I love the young lady that was with me, playing
Played little Adriana.
in
Yeah.
the hospital.
Aw.
Yeah. Little Adriana. She seemed so sweet, and she really showed how close she was to her grandmother. And that was spot on.
Mhm.
Playing Go Fish and all that in the hospital. That was a great memory, and she caught it. It made me feel so good.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I didn't have, camera. I wasn't thinking about taking pictures, but I can look at that. It's very nostalgic.
Oh yeah. It's always
Well,
fun.
whoever the little lady was that did your episode on Monster Quest, they did good. They did. And they had some of the hair down too. So I was like, yeah.
Well, it's always so hard to try to tell somebody's story like in a way that people will be entertained and remember it, but that it stays true to the concept and to what happened. There's just so many things that go into that. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's a weird job, a strange life.
I think it takes a lot of empathy. You have to pick up on what they were really feeling and then look deep
Hmm.
and see what they were back then. It's a talent. It's a rare talent. And the questions that you guys asked us about our experiences, there were some things that you guys asked me that nobody had ever asked me.
Yeah,
And
you
it felt so good to be able to be heard
Mm-hmm.
and to have those memories. It really made it.
That's my favorite part
I told,
of doing this
yeah, I
meeting.
told him, I said,
People like yourself and getting the story. And often people will say, "Oh, I've never told anybody what I just told you," and I'm like, "Well, that's lovely, thank you." It's like because if you listen to somebody, you don't want to just ask the next question that was written down on the paper. You actually want to go, "Oh, something was just revealed. I better look into that." And also you want somebody to paint a picture of or to help the viewer step into what they were going through. Tell me what the room felt like. Is this something that you experience often? You really want to understand that person. Are they like a paranormal magnet, or are they new to this and it was completely scary? Are they, there's so much to ask. There's just so many things to know about something.
Yeah.
Like
in my case, Laura, I've seen and heard spirits my whole life. I had never seen nothing like that damn thing that come out of a wall at me.
I love how you put that, because that is exactly what it was. God.
Yeah, exactly.
Scary. I'm glad I didn't see it.
We learned about the Jinn just by doing your story, so thank you. That was fascinating. My editor is actually from that part of the world, so she was very adamant that we not, screw anything up about the Jinn. And also we learned that they can mimic ghosts. I did not know that.
Yeah, I found that out later. But
yeah, that was fascinating. I found so.
Ooh, since you said that, I've got another question for you. This one, I think it's: have you ever had anything paranormal happen while you were filming? I know Blaine, but have you ever had anything paranormal, like someone's telling a story and then all of a sudden, whoop?
Yes. So we were shooting,
yeah,
and a couple of times, but this is the weirdest one. So I was shooting at what's that sanitarium? Upstate New York, not Wildwood. Is it Wildwood? It is Wild. Yeah, it was a former sanitarium. Yeah. Very nice people. Anyway, so the woman, Lori, I think her name was, very nice. She had told the story about when she first bought the place. She didn't have money, but something she couldn't get this place out of her mind. And so she buys this place. It's falling in on itself. And her son had, her grown son had moved back in to help her build, renovate the place. And I think they were going to rent it out for apartments or something. I can't remember what. Anyway, so we were shooting this scene in the bathroom because she had talked about something happening in the bathroom. I can't remember what, but it was a very large bathroom, and they didn't have the tub or the toilet in there because they were renovating. So it was just a big empty room basically with a sink and whatever. Anyway, so we shoot whatever the scene was in the bathroom, and then everyone left except for me, and I'm looking over my list of what to shoot next. Now, they had all this building material in the closet that was open, like slightly ajar or whatever, and there was a wooden lip that had been nailed on the inside to keep the boards and whatever else from falling out. And as I'm looking at this list of things, and she had been talking about how, what was it? Often she's made to feel uncomfortable and unwelcome in this house. And so we shot that scene, and then they left. And all of a sudden, as I'm looking at my clipboard, this triangular piece of wood comes flying out of the closet and misses me by inches. And now it didn't just like fall out, you know what I mean? It actually had to have some kind of lift in order to get over the lip that had been, put in there, and just like lands on the floor. And I'm like, okay, I get the hint. I'm leaving. Don't worry. We're out of here. So then later on that day, I went downstairs, and in the kitchen window, there was the same exact triangular piece of wood in between the window panes. I don't know how it ended up in there. So I thought, and I didn't think about it for years. Like I think I was on a show, someone else's show, and it occurred to me, oh my God, I saw that piece of wood again. Mm-hmm. And it was in the window in the kitchen. So it was like, I don't know. That's
crazy.
Isn't that a strange story? Yeah. I'm trying to think of other things. Oh, and of course I've made, friends on doing these shows. And there was a nice guy, Mark Ervilla, I believe his name is. And he is from Boston, and he had his own ghost hunting group. And my boyfriend and I kept having, I was shooting Most Terrifying Places at the time, so I could have picked up anything anywhere in terms of attachments. But I had come home, and the bedroom door kept opening on its own. Like you'd hear, and you'd hear somebody walking up to the bed, or you'd hear walking around the bed or whatever. And we'd also, both of us, see at different times a shadow in my library. And we'd be like, that's strange, and my boyfriend's like a night owl, so he'd be up late and I get up early. So he has the house to himself late at night, and I have the house to myself early in the morning. And when we would see each other, we would compare notes, and we would see this dark shadow in the library, and they describe it the same way. Anyway, so we reached out to Mark and asked him if he would do a house call, like a remote house call. And he agreed. And so, we were on Zoom or something. And he was asking if we had bought any furniture or brought anything into the house. And I bought this rocking chair with the face of the North Wind carved into it a while ago from not a vintage store, antique place or whatever in Maine. And he said, well, call them and find out if anything weird happened at that place while they had the rocking chair. I'm like, they're going to think I'm crazy, but all right. So I call, and they actually they found it very amusing, and they were totally interested and said if I find anything out to let them know, but no, nothing had. And so I told Mark, nope, nothing. And so he has his ghost box on, and he does a prayer, and then he asks, is there a message? They don't mind whoever you are that's in the house. They don't mind sharing the space, but can you just knock off making all that noise? Is there a message you have for one of them? And clear as day, all three of us went, because my boyfriend was there, Jerome, and Mark and I, he said, do you have a message for one of them? And clear as day, it said, Jerome. And we're like, do what now? And it again says Jerome. And Mark's like, who is he to you? And the voice box says son. Now, Jerome's dad had passed away 20, 30 years earlier, when he was, a young man. But they weren't that close. And we thought, okay. So Mark says, speak French. Jerome's from France. He said, speak French to, ask him something that only he would know. So he does. But the reply is in the completely other language that we aren't that familiar with or whatever. And we're like, what the heck? Turns out it was his father-in-law from when he was married in his 30s. And he was speaking Hebrew. And the crazy thing is, we had his father-in-law, Zvi, his former father-in-law, Zvi. We had helped close his apartment out. We had Jerome's ex-wife and he are on good terms, and it's been many years. So she invited us to help her clear out his house. So as payment, because we spent several days helping her clear out his apartment and help her sell some things. She gave me this beautiful bookcase of his, a big, TV unit kind of bookcase thing. And it was in the house, and we had finally put it together. And we think that he maybe tagged along on the bookcase. So that was wild. And after that evening, we didn't have the noise in the door wasn't opening, and there wasn't the footsteps coming up to the bed. So obviously the message was received.
There you go.
He got his voice back, and he made his message. And he's good to go now.
Yeah, keep hydrated there, Blaine.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all. I got a little
Yes.
very lightheaded, and my mouth started watering. I thought I was gonna get sick, but
Oh no.
He's been fighting that nausea. And
Yeah.
vertigo.
Ginger ale helps.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Ginger ale
Forgot
has
about that.
always helped you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
that's some weird stories I got.
So what did Jerome feel about that? I mean, when he heard?
Oh, he's totally open to that kind of stuff. He's used
Is
to
it good? Okay, it's thrilling.
He thinks it's hysterical that I'm afraid of ghosts, because I really am. So I know, of all the things I could do. I mean, I'd be completely useless in a hospital situation. I hate blood and anything, all my
You got it.
medicine. Yeah, I would be useless. And I'm also useless when it comes to no, I mean, I've seen some weird stuff, and I'm down with it, but I what it is, I'm afraid if I see a ghost, I can't keep that little bit in my head that's like, okay, Laura, this is a fun, thing for you, but you could always have plausible deniability. But I wouldn't have that anymore if I saw it.
Welcome to our world, Laura. We see them every day.
I'm sure you do.
Since we were a kid, and my grandmother trying to teach me and my mom working with Blaine and Gwen as we talked about what we were seeing, because she's all had to. That was a lot of fun. But Mom would go straight Mama Bear if there was something going on with a spirit. She would talk with Flap. You get out of here right now.
She would, and the mama, yes. And
Yeah,
Deb says, once you see a ghost, you can't unsee it. That's very true. You can't unring that bell. No.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I mean, I feel like I have seen them, but it's always been where I can go like, well, maybe I was just, imagining it. I worked at Longfellow's Wayside Inn in Sudbury when I was like, I don't know, the summers between college years or whatever. And I was helping, I usually worked at the front desk, but I know at one point the maid was sick or something. And I went to help make the beds or something. And in the hallway where there are like 8 rooms, Longfellow's Wayside Inn is like the oldest operating inn in the country. I mean, even George Washington slept there, kind of a thing, or whatever. And I've got sheets, and I'm walking down the hallway, and I see this kind of I think I see this kind of half woman floating in the hall, with like period clothes, basically, is what I'm going to say.
Oh my gosh.
But and I've heard other people say, after the fact, I've heard other people describe the exact same thing. But of course, I can still tell myself that I just hallucinate.
Ladies, I apologize. I'm doing really good. I'm gonna step off because
Okay.
I'm about to pass out.
Oh
No,
no,
please
no,
don't.
Blaine.
Go lay down.
We love you,
Go
Blaine.
lay
We
down.
love
Love
you.
ya. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Oh, I hope he feels okay.
Yeah, he's had some what was it, bronchitis that turned into something.
Yeah.
He,
He had bronchitis. It was right on the verge of pneumonia, and it was
Oh.
not diagnosed right to start with. They said, "Oh, you just got a little sinus." Yeah.
Mm.
oh yeah, but hopefully he'll start feeling better. I hope so, because we
Hope so.
got some stuff to do, fun stuff coming up, and we can't do it without Blaine now.
How did the three of you meet?
Well, now how did this go?
Blaine
I met
first.
Blaine the first time. Yeah, I met Blaine the first time at my father-in-law's retirement from the Air Force.
Ah.
Father-in-law's a colonel, and he was Blaine's commander. And my son was about 3 months old, and I had my hands full, and I was trying to do something, and I turned, and here's this great big man. And I
Mhm.
said, "Could you hold my son for a second while I do this?" And he held that baby like, it was like it was nitroglycerin or something. He was so honored.
Funny.
And I said, "God, he's the sweetest man." And then Tom came over and said, "Oh, so you met one of my guys." And he talked to Matt. And then later, I was asked to be an agent with a paranormal entertainment company. And he was assigned to me as someone that I was to place, to be able to cast him in different places and do different things. And I had a paranormal conference and I invited him. He was within driving distance. And then
Mhm.
he comes in, he sees Matt, they know each other. All of a sudden, "Oh yeah, you're the guy from the retirement." And we started doing a ghost box session in this haunted bed and breakfast. We booked the whole place, so it was ours.
Yeah.
And we walked in the room, and the spirit was already in there, and it said, like cheers, Norm, and Blaine. Like, oh my God, they know who you are. And oh gosh, we fell asleep in there doing a ghost box session. It was that fun, that
Wow.
intense, that fast. And it's been that way. I think Matt and Blaine have known each well. My son's, it's been at least 24 years. And I
Oh my
think
gosh.
before
Okay.
that.
Cool.
So, yep. And then Gwen and my mom worked together. My
Yeah.
mom
Oh, let me tell it. Let me tell this part. This is
Please,
cute.
you tell it. It's so
Yes,
much better.
I was a
You
paramedic.
tell it.
I don't know. I know Laura deals with so many people, but I was paramedic back in the day, and I worked in the hospital. And when I worked in the ER, Lee's mom worked there, and she was like one of my favorite people. She's just, if you ever met her, even now in spirit, she's sweet, very sweet. But and she gets you like a mama though. She will. She'll fuss at me now. She will.
She's Filipino, so the Filipino moms or nurses in the hospital. You see them portray. That's her.
Oh yeah.
Typical.
But we worked in the ER together, loved it. We always, even if we were busy, we always spoke, gave a hug, all that. Well, when I was a medic, I used to call in. You have to give a report on your patients, and I'd call in, and if I'd hear that sweet little voice, I'd be like, "Yay!" And she would be like, "Yay!" Because we were like kids, I guess. And then years later, fast forward, when I finally decided that I didn't care what people thought anymore, I wanted to take a class, and I looked, and I was like, and I kept seeing Lee's name, but I couldn't get in. The people that, anyway, so I had to wait a year, and Lee and them were like, "You shouldn't have to wait." I was like, "Wait, you know what? It wasn't time yet. It wasn't time." That's all, But then I kept looking at the last name, and I was like, okay, and I put two and two together, and I messaged Lee one night, and I was like, "Look, I want to take your next class." And she was like, "Well, we just started whatever." And I was like, well, you had just ended it. And I said, "Hey, when you started it, they told me I couldn't get in." And she was like, "Oh, bull poo poo," well, probably worse than that. And I said, "Let me ask you a question." Yeah, she did. But I said, "Let me ask you a question. Do you know?" And do you know Judy Terry? And she's like, "That's my mom." And I'm like, "No way."
Oh.
I was like, "You make sure you tell her that I said hello," because I knew her all those years in the hospital. And when I was injured and had to retire, I couldn't do it anymore. And I hadn't seen her in years. Maybe I probably saw her at her store or something. But so I went to class, and it was like me and Lee connected, and now we are chosen sisters.
And
her
mom
mom's
adopted her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would
Yeah.
be off at work or whatever. I'd come home and mom had called Gwen and they had gone to get coffee and shop and get into something
and a burger or just whatever.
burger,
Yeah. And
and then we all had the ghost same idea. It's not a hobby. I don't know what you would call it. Awareness.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's,
Once you're in the know. Yep.
yeah. And
And
what
it
I
just
do love about the paranormal field itself, or the paranormal world, I'm not going to say field, paranormal world, is that there are certain people that are friends. When you meet them, they're friends. You can pick up their vibe right away. They're fun to investigate with. They're fun to travel with.
Yep.
We're known for just going to a place and taking a sleeping bag and crashing wherever and stopping at Dollar General and eating peanut butter sandwiches and whatever
Yeah.
to get through the night. So it's just been a wonderful ride to have your own little tribe
Nice.
And now
to
we
be
are.
able to talk to somebody.
It is. Now we have people say, our little group in Alabama says, once you see Lee, you see Gwen. Or if you see Gwen, you see Lee. Or,
Mhm.
and I'm like, you know what? And you can ask Lee on the days that we don't get to talk or on weeks that we don't get to spend time. It's not good.
Mhm.
It's not
We
good,
do so
is
much
it, Lee?
better, all of us. We do much better together. Everybody on the network's the same way. We're all
Yeah.
very close.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's a family. It's a little family, but we have great times, and I am so grateful that I finally said I don't care anymore, and I'm going to take this class. And there we go. That
There you
little
go.
piece of the puzzle is all it needed to connect,
There
and
you go.
it was the right time. So here we are now.
Mhm.
Having adventures, we love it.
Flipping back around to the things that you've done, how different was it doing true crime compared to the paranormal? Was it taking
Oh,
a
well,
similar story or
it's similar in
reenactment
some
someday
ways.
would be
It's
awful.
it is similar in some ways where you're really have to be, as you say, empathetic or really listen to folks, because in true crime, I mean, often these people are recounting the worst time in their life,
Yeah.
when they felt
Yes.
vulnerable or that the world had done them something very bad. Often in those cases, the case has been adjudicated and there's some sort of record or whatever, so you are dealing with facts. In I'm going to say in paranormal, people still have to, it's almost kind of like solving a crime, because you're finding little pieces of evidence and trying to weave together a narrative. Often, like, I've worked on shows like The Haunting of, not A Haunting, but The
Yes.
Haunting of, with Kim Russo, and she's an evidential medium, and
Yeah, I love her. She's awesome.
she's lovely. I love her. She's awesome. We would then, after, she would take the celebrity back through the place they had experienced a haunting however many years ago, to tell them what the message was or why it happened to them or whatever. And we could often find newspaper evidence to kind of back up what she was saying. And, that was always kind of cool when you can find something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think a lot of the folks who experience a haunting, who'd come to us with their story, had compiled file folders full of, information. Like, they'd gone to the historical, society and found out what had happened on that land or in that house or, whatever.
Those kind of confirmations are so valuable.
Yeah.
Make you feel like you're not crazy,
Right. And I mean, yeah. And I think that feeling of vulnerability is very similar in them. Like, if you don't know if there's a killer outside the door, but you also don't know, what it is that's making that noise in your house, what it is that's waking you up every night. So there's a lot of similarities in those two genres.
I thought so too. I always thought that it'd be kind of a neat story if you had a house that's haunted and the spirit actually woke you up because someone was trying to break in to harm you. Wouldn't that be an interesting twist? If there was someone that had actually had that happen, or they woke you up because there's a fire, something like that. Deb's right. Everybody does want to be validated. Their feelings and their experiences want to be validated. And you guys went so far helping me with that. I really appreciate it. Because I was talking about my dad and my mom, and they're not with me anymore.
Mhm.
And to see it come from me like that, it was so therapeutic, and I
Mhm.
appreciate it so much. And I know Gwen does too, because she held her story in decades and had nobody to tell. And for
Yeah.
her to get on television and let it out and be
Mhm.
her authentic self, and you guys take it and present it the way you did, it
Well,
It's a
I
big
love
deal to me.
really moved.
but there was a great story about Versailles. Did they? I think we used that in your episode. These two women, God, back at turn of the century, they were academics, and one was like the head of a school, and the other one was a professor or something. They wrote a book. They had gone to Versailles for some conference. They think they were British or something, and they were walking through the grounds, and all of a sudden they felt a little woozy and there's something whatever, but they noticed people in period costumes and they thought, well, maybe
Mhm.
they're having some kind of reenactors.
Right.
And people were looking at them like they were strange because, of course, they're wearing clothes from 1910 or whatever year it is, 1920, and but everybody else is wearing clothes like as if you were doing a Marie Antoinette, reenactment or something. And even like the grounds where they walked over some bridge, and there was an Asian gentleman selling, I think, wares from the Orient or whatever. Anyway, they were so weirded out. They went back to their hotel, and then when they went back to Versailles, the place was completely different. But they had drawn maps and written down everything that happened, and they really feel like they had gone through a time slip. And
Right.
the book was actually very well received. They changed their names on it because they didn't want to get in trouble because they're academics. But that story exists, that they walked into some weird time slip.
I
And there
can't
are
believe
other
you
versions.
brought that up.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah,
Well,
and there are
Lee,
other things like that too that happen. So
I have more.
Talking,
I'm gonna just say I slipped more than a lot of people realize. And last year, I won't say where, but we were at a
girl, tell it.
location, and Lee almost got to see me
I
slip.
thought,
I'll tell you, we were at Gettysburg. We were at the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash. It was a Paracon, and
and
I
there
was
were
in the
reenactment people coming through playing music. Okay, so
yep,
you could feel it was almost ceremonial. You could feel like
yes,
the land was remembering it.
yep,
And I had a chill start from my feet up. I started feeling it when it got about to my chest. I was like, it's something in my head. It was Gwen, and she was about 2 or 3 people ahead of me, and she was fading in and out. I kid you not, she was phasing, and
and it
I
scared
thought I
her.
was going to lose her. I thought I yelled, Gwen, and they all, like 3 people turned around, and I said, get her, and they were like, what's the matter? I said, she's phasing in and out. Touch her. She's and they're
yeah,
like, oh, only in Gettysburg and a Paracon can you tell the actual truth of what's going on.
Okay,
right.
okay, yeah, but yeah,
But
and I
she
told
turned
her
around and looked at me, and she
like,
had this look on her face like she had really been somewhere in
Wow.
her,
yeah, I had, and
you know.
I've not told the whole thing, but I told her, I said, if we go back or anywhere and I start doing it, just film me to see what it looks like to a camera. Just do it and
I
watch
don't
me.
have that
Don't
talent.
pull me
I want to
back.
see it.
Come on. Yeah, but I scared her. She'd never seen it
You
before.
did. You
Never
scared
seen
me.
me do it. I really scared her, and we were just. It was so many people she couldn't get to me, and she was yelling, and
Aren't you
I don't
afraid you won't come back?
yeah, I think
That's what I
she
was afraid of. I was afraid she was going to like lose her consciousness and hit the
Yeah.
floor, and then it's like a coma state. You know, that's what I was afraid of.
let it
But
happen
she's
because
ready for the journey.
yeah,
Yeah.
I am. I've had it. I've had so many little ones that when I have real intense ones like that, it's something that I want to see where it goes. And I've never had anybody. Well, I had somebody didn't know what was happening one time, and they turned around and I wasn't there, but that was odd. Trying to explain to somebody who doesn't do paranormal when you have stuff like that happen, it's just sometimes it's hilarious.
Mhm.
Really.
Mhm.
But this year,
Well,
when we travel, I want them, if it starts to happen, I've warned everybody, don't bring me back. Let's see what
I
happens.
really think it will happen in Gettysburg this year because you
Something.
have been practicing. You've got your, it's like you've got more control over it, or at least your composure over it. The composure is so
Plus
important.
now I can
Right.
I can do other stuff too, like just traveling is what we call it. I can do it on my own. I can do stuff like that now. So I do. I got a lot better hold on a lot of stuff. When I traveled last year, it helped me just to be out there, all these places and doing stuff, and it really did. But yeah, this year I'm kind of looking forward to that more than anything. Even though I like the bash, don't get me wrong, I love seeing the people interacting. But that when the drums start this year, I want camera on or eyes on or something, because I want somebody to tell me what happens. Because I know on my side, I'm not there. I'm not in that room anymore when it happens. I'm not there. And but I want to see what happens. I'm very curious. We'll have to let you know, because I know you'll like the story.
There's something on Sachs Bridge that's like that. I was in Versailles one time, and I did have a slip, and I was afraid to tell anybody because I just thought it was my imagination. I was in the Hall of Mirrors, and I was just kind of looking down the hall, and I was just thinking, wonder what this would be like. And I kind of felt like I was disassociating a little bit from the moment. And then I could see all these little people. They were short compared to, me, and they were dancing. I could see their big dresses, and then following through, I went to Marie Antoinette's room, and I saw like a child in the bed. And then I found out at the end of the thing, hey, they were small. They were small people. They were, toddler beds were right for them. And I was talking to Mike Ricksecker, and he actually wrote about
I love Mike. He's the best. He wrote a whole book on
Isn't he
Tony.
wonderful?
Yeah.
I can't wait to have him on. Gwen and I do a show occasionally with Haunted Sister Diaries, and we want to talk to him about Gwen's time slip moments.
Should have him
Because
and his wife on, because Catherine
I
is.
know.
That's neat that they have that together. That they
I
can
know.
work together like that.
She's a very enchanting lady too. I can tell there. So
Yeah.
Let me say something real quick, guys, if you don't mind. Lee, if I commented in your profile. Lee has had issues with her Facebook profile, seeing comments and stuff on here. So if you go to her profile, I know some guys or girls, but people are trying to comment and everything. If we're not ignoring you, it's not coming up. There's a glitch with her profile. We've been working on it.
Oh dear.
It's getting better. But if you're trying to message or something, go to mine. Go to All Access, and that usually works. But hers right now, it's being bad. So and please forgive us, because we are trying to catch up on the comments.
I've got a ticket in to StreamYard about it. We can't figure out what it is.
It's not StreamYard, it's Facebook. Yeah, it's Facebook. Yeah. But we know what has happened, and we're working on it. But please just go to mine, go to All Access, and just comment. Because Sammy Stokes, James Stokes, she was saying they were trying to comment or something and trying to say hi to Laura. I'm trying to read this as I do that. And anyway,
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I invited you.
We are not ignoring you.
Said yeah, we're not ignoring you guys.
No, never.
It's all in love. We're almost out of time. We've got like 3 minutes. So how can people reach you? Oh, wait, I've got something I can put up for you. The date is not the same, but Laura is teaching a class.
Yes.
Now that you have greenlit yourself, here's a paranormal content creator guide. And how can people reach you about that?
It is on Eventbrite. People can get tickets that way. I've got to, the tickets are available, and I can put up a new link or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about the past, present, and future of paranormal TV. And, if folks, I think a lot of folks, because they want to try their hand at making their own shows, just because we watch TV doesn't mean we understand all the concepts of television. Like, people are looking for consistency and authenticity, like the things that, they could probably use a hand of somebody who's been around doing this for a while. So
yes,
I'm also happy to consult with people if they have a script or a documentary or whatever. So just putting it out there that I'm available for consult.
I would love to see some of the people we support, you know what I'm saying, come to you and just shine, because you can really take their efforts and just, wow, make it so much bigger. I know that Brandon Elvis told me how much he appreciates all the love.
Oh,
that
he's a
given him.
sweetheart.
Oh, James.
There's our friend
you're
James
starting
now.
to
He's
start with
saying
your
he got
story.
his start. Yeah, with us. So
He's Jason. He's Jason, like horror Jason.
yeah.
James is a big dude, and when he puts all that on, and then he takes on the persona, you can feel the energy change around him, and wow, it's scary. It
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
He's
His
a good
character.
guy. He's a real
He
good
is.
guy.
He's a really good guy. And he does. Thank you, James. And his wife is awesome too. Yeah, here, Laura.
Oh,
so
she's gorgeous.
let's see. I got a poster. That's his character, Jason Voorhees.
Oh,
But he's
That's
also
him.
a producer.
oh,
Yeah, that's him.
wow.
Yeah. So James bragging on you a
And
little
Sammy's
bit.
gorgeous. Yeah, Sammy, his wife is gorgeous. The two of them are dynamic duo. Not only
They
are
really
they in
are.
the horror genre, but they are in the paranormal, and they're doing the paranormal circuit this year, and they're just all over the place. He stopped in to
Lovely.
say hello to you.
Oh yeah. That's
So,
Nice people doing this kind of stuff.
here's your poster again,
Oh,
and the date is wrong. And it's really great to have an opportunity to get an expert guidance, to create your own product, show your own paranormal project from start to finish to somebody that's been there, that has
Yep.
done it over the years.
Mhm.
There she that's
Hi,
it.
James.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
So,
I
guys-
just want to say thank you to the Gettysburg Battlefield Bash folks for having us out. You see James'
Oh, look at all those
picture
marvelous
there. There's
faces. You had John
Mhm.
there's
Zappy and Dave Schrader, and is that Ryan Buell? Wow.
let me pop it back up. Yep.
Wow.
I think
trying
it
to-
is. I
There's a
can't
lot.
see all that, but
I
yeah.
think Rob
There's
Thompson.
Shane
is there.
Pittman. Mhm.
Gosh, it's hard for me to tell.
It's a
Yeah, there's a
ton of
lot of
folks.
people.
There's a lot of people in that. That's great. What a fun time.
yeah. James is
It's
going to
gonna
be
be
there
a
too. He
lot of fun.
says.
Okay.
Yeah, we get to see him a lot
Yep.
this year, and I think that's cool because we get to spend time.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're going there
Also,
soon,
going
very
to
soon.
New Orleans. Okay, and this is the poster for the
oh,
for
Ron
the
and
Ghost Hunt.
Liz.
It's part of it.
That's part of the that's
Ron,
one of the hunts.
Ron Iacovetti and Lourdes Gonzalez,
Lourdes
along
Gonzalez,
with
if you
John
guys
Zappis and
Google-
myself.
Yep, very
Yeah,
cool.
we'll be doing the Andrew Jackson Hotel as well as the Voodoo House.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna be scary.
I love John. He's the best.
Here, let's put up. I'm gonna put up the regular poster for just a minute because there's some folks on
Go
there.
ahead.
Yeah, there's other people going. Now, I will be at the hunt most likely with Lee, but I am not like a headliner, I guess you want to call it.
Oh,
So, but
Sam Baltusis. Love Sam.
Yeah.
He's fabulous.
yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
Patty.
You know,
John.
And then we got the vampire, Father Sebastian, who I got to meet on a podcast. That was cool.
Uh-huh. And Brandon, who was also on Monster Quest.
Monster Quest. Yep.
And I've met Ron and Lourdes. I've definitely met Ron at some Paracons, and he's always so patient. Explaining the technology.
He's awesome. Yeah. All right, we got
I
another
love
one.
it when. Go
You
ahead.
wanna go ahead? Deep South, of course. Now this one we love them equally, but this is more like a family reunion for us. And we get together and it's like it's over, just like a family reunion in a day. But we love them. It's Enterprise, Alabama.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
is
great.
comics, horror, and Paracon
Yes.
stuff going on. Cosplay, workshops, panels, vendors, LARPing. I mean, it's all there. It's right next to Fort Rucker. It's supposed to be really big this year. Best Steakhouse in that area.
Yep.
That we were. Yep, and James will be there. That's actually where we met James to start with.
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Him and all three
There's
went.
Michael. He's
Michael,
part of the he's part of
from
the
Deep
crew.
South.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we look
So
forward
we'll-
to each and every one. But we meet so many good people and have such fun. And I know I always brag on my sis here
Oh,
about
Alex.
Thank you, darling.
Oh, there's
more
Mass.
faces for you, Laura.
W. Ucker.
Yeah.
I talked to him years ago when I did Haunted USA, and Jessica's lovely, and Rob. Wow, it's like old home week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've got to show you something I did. And thank you,
Yes,
Gwen, for
I know.
always supporting me. It really means a lot.
course.
to me.
Of course.
This is my newest book. It's Bewitched Book of Boo Bite. And I wanted to do something fun, not always so scary and spooky and raw, This is actually an activity book. It's supposed to be like a tradition, a Halloween tradition for your family. I've got recipes. I've got stories. There's little, there's nothing real. It's all fiction. A lot of fun. There's color pages. There's find these objects that, and how to decorate and stuff like that. It's just something fun. Oh yeah, they're all connected now.
They're all connected.
Connecting.
And as far as her
So that's gonna
cookbook,
be a
one
lot.
day when we get time, I'm gonna laugh at that because we're busy. I would love for us to video us just cooking out of her cookbook. I think that would be fun. I just really did.
I
But
want to
that's
make those bat wings for you. They are so good. Bat wings. And also, I want to show everybody Blaine's book. It's called Our Supernatural Journey, and it's going to be fantastic.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
out on Amazon. Oh, sorry. It's already out on Amazon. My book, Victorian Ghost Files,
Mhm.
Between Heaven and Ectoplasm.
Nice,
It's,
nice cover.
It's a lot of fun because it talks about the Society for Psychical Research and the things that they actually were able to research and collaborate over a 5-year period for some of these cases. And they were able to find the history of these locations, and they're able to confirm a lot of things they discovered were real. And then also the flim flam artists and what they were doing. So they got to cover both. Well, gosh, we're at the end of the show, guys. Thank you, Laura, for being
Yeah,
on.
and Doug saying
Thank you,
hi.
guys. I appreciate it. Doug is he studies more of the scientific side of the paranormal, quantum physics guy.
Cool.
And we've been going back and forth, long conversations about a lot of fun stuff, and we're going to be collaborating with some fun stuff.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he's got mathematical equations of how
Mhm.
remote viewing works. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to be
Very
fun.
cool. Thanks for having
He's
me
a
on.
smarty pant. He knows it. He's a smarty pant.
Laura, thank
Well,
you. I have been looking forward to this since you did my whatever it was when we were
Oh, the
online.
pre-interview, yes,
Yeah.
it feels like forever ago.
It was about a year, well, a little over a year probably, but yeah, I was like, dang it, you know what? I hate, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. You can ask Lee. I was like, you know what? It was very fun. It was not just, I said it was fun, and Laura's great, and she got us. You made me feel so comfortable. I got to tell anybody that interviews or whatever you do with Laura, she.
Thank you.
I am glad for the people that I had, but I was hoping that I'd get to see Laura at least for a couple minutes.
Oh,
And,
well,
it didn't, but it's okay. We did great. They did great.
Yeah,
I gotta
everybody
say.
we worked with was spectacular. But yeah, you have us spoiled. We really care about you. What I find the most endearing about you is that you've got this resume of doing all these wonderful things with all these wonderful people, and you're still down to earth, and you're
Yep.
still just Laura.
Yes.
And that takes a lot of grounding.
still put my pants on one leg at a time.
See, and you admit that though, because we were double clicking, but yeah, you make it very easy, and you make people very comfortable, and I think that makes it a lot better because, I'm in front of the camera like this, and like with us talking, but the other way, it's a little different.
Yeah, when there's a big old camera sticking in your face, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got this
Throw
big
that
black
to this.
room, and yeah, it was like,
Ignore that. Ignore that thing.
well, they asked me, they were like, "Are you good in front of a camera?" And I was like, "Well, this is a little bit different." And they were like, "Oh, but you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be all right." I said, "Let me just." Once you sit in there and you get used to it, and they're just talking to you, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just telling my story. It was good.
You guys all did a great
That's
job.
part of that.
Appreciate
That's
it.
part of their professionalism, though. If they
Yes.
were hard to talk to, then the project would flop. Nobody would want to say
Exactly.
anything.
Yep.
But
We
it was
appreciate
great.
you spending time with us.
Yes,
you so
thank you.
much.
Come back. Please come
Yeah.
back.
And everybody watching, don't forget Laura's teaching classes. Go on Eventbrite. Look for her.
Flip it up again.
Because there's things she can teach you. You got
Exactly.
it. You can pull it up.
No, I thought you had it. I'm sorry. I'm so used to
It's
clicking.
all
I try to
good.
let Lee
It's all
do it.
good.
We
Thank
just
you.
click all over the place.
Well, we do
Mhm.
advertise you. We do
Thank
advertise you, and we share it out. And guys, I mean, I would love to take it myself, but I don't even. You know what? Lee, tell the joke. I love it. A little bit busy.
You're a little bit
Go
busy.
back and watch the
Yeah.
recording. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff
time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Well,
well,
when
thank
the
you for
time's
coming
right,
on
we will.
again and again. Yeah, but
Alrighty.
Oh, and I'm going to do Blaine's usual message. You had a
Yeah,
movie
sorry about
thing
that.
to watch tonight. Thank you for being with us. Thank you
Yes.
for watching All Access Network Television, Family Spirit International. Have a great night.
good night.